Good morning. Welcome to day 13. It's Friday the 13th. Martin's just been telling me about how this came from Judas or something. I don't know. I switched off, to be honest, because it's very early in the morning. Anyway, it was the 13th disciple or something. I don't know. Anyway, if anybody knows, I'm sure somebody out there will know. Please let me know in the comments below if you really want to. Anyway, I've got my coffee first mug this morning. It's already starting off onto a bad start because I probably look better than I feel. I've had a really bad night's sleep. I made the mistake of, because Martin's feeling better, saying, oh, don't sleep in the spare room tonight, sleep with me again. And it got to 1 o'clock in the morning and I'd had enough and I had to kick him out. So he slept in the spare room again last night because of his growling and snoring and coughing and carrying on. And I just could not get back to sleep. It took me ages, I think at least a couple of hours to get back to sleep. And then I was literally catnapping. So I've been catnapping all night and I'm tired and I have to go to work. But at least it's the weekend. Anyway, I tidied up in here last night because I was looking for this. I was talking about it in yesterday's vlog that I wanted to make the Billy sweatshirt out of there. However, I have got the vintage sweatshirt by Brindle and Twig and I think I'm going to make that instead, but I'll need to print that off first for Layla. This is, if you hadn't figured that out. And I wanted to thank the lovely Cheryl for buying me a coffee. Thank you so much. I meant to say that yesterday and yet again I forgot. So thank you for that, Cheryl. I really appreciate it. I'm going to open calendars before I head off to work. I've got the weekend off, which is great. I have cancelled a lot of my locum work because I didn't really know how much of this I wanted to go into on my Vlogmas because I know that it's supposed to be really positive, isn't it? Well, it's not that it's positive, it's supposed to be real, isn't it? But we all want a bit of cheer at this time of year, don't we? I don't want to be really listening to people's problems. But I know I alluded to a few issues I'd had a couple of months back and they were all resolved and everything, which they are, but it's left me with this deep-seated anxiety. I'd already got the menopausal anxiety anyway, but now I've got really, really bad work-related anxiety. I'm absolutely fine going to my normal job, but doing any locum work fills me with absolute dread. And it just came to a bit of a head a couple of days ago, really. So I've cancelled all of it, apart from the day that I'm doing on a Thursday at the GP practice, the respiratory clinic. I'm keeping that, but the rest of it, the stuff that I do from home, I've just cancelled the whole lot because I'm just not in a place at the minute to be able to do it. So it means now that I've got so much more time on my hands. But I just need a couple of months, I think, to really deal with this anxiety that it's left me with and sort myself out, I think. Anyway, I don't know why I needed to tell you that, but I have. And so it means that I've got the entire weekend off this weekend, which is lovely. Martin's off as well. And we're planning to go to Harrogate tomorrow. Martin's never been to Harrogate, even though it's not that far from us. It's within an hour's drive. We've been through Harrogate loads of times when we've gone up to the Yorkshire Dales to go walking and all sorts of stuff. Do you know what? Just as a side note, talking about my hair, I've tried to curl it this morning because when I went to bed last night, it was still a bit damp and it was a right mess. And it's just, I don't know what's going on, but it's, I don't care. It's fine. Yeah, so Martin's never been to Harrogate, as in actually go to Harrogate and spend some time there and have a look around, etc. So we're going to go tomorrow and do a bit of Christmas shopping. I'm sure it's going to be mad, but and maybe it's not the best idea, but we're going. So hopefully if he feels better. I mean, he is better than he was, but yeah. Anyway, I'm rambling at you already for about 6-7 minutes. Let's get on with calendars. I was watching Ruan's last night and laughing my little head off because she was saying about Kylie and the Machines calendar that me and Bex were both a bit meh about some of the labels in it. And she really loved it. And was she just really not very picky or easily pleased? That was the phrase she used, I think. And then lo and behold, she opens yesterday's and it felt a bit like a damp squib. And it just made me laugh because I thought, wait till you open it. Wait till you open today's. Anyway, here we are. I actually think there seems to be so much more love, care and effort gone into the box this year, because the box is incredible, than the actual labels. Don't get me wrong, some of them I think are great, but some of them I just think, I feel like we're scraping the barrel a bit here, guys. But anyway, day 13 says, what the world needs now is love. So I'm going to do what Ruan said, because look at the state of my boxes as I've been opening them. My little, whatever they're called. She said, press down. And then, oh, it still tears. I can't get it not to tear. Well, whatever. Oh, we've got 3 today. No, we've got 4. 4 again. Okay, so these say, what? Ooh. Is it ooh la la? I can't read it. I need my glasses. Just give me 2 seconds. Yes, it says ooh la la. Ooh la la. So there's 2 of those, which are quite nice. And then 2 little love heart labels, which are also quite cute, to be fair. I like the 3 little hearts in there, the gradient hearts. They're really cute. Yeah, they're cute. I like those. All is forgiven. Next we will do lovely Becky's Jazz and Wow. So day 13, if I can find you, you are right at the bottom. There we go, day 13. I love when I watch Ruan and she does this thing with her head. I can't do it at all. It makes me titter every time I watch her. These are big buttons. Big buttons. Oh, wow. They're gorgeous. Look at those. Huge buttons with gorgeous, gorgeous colours in. Love those. Thank you so much, Bex. And where's my other calendar? It's right at my feet here. So this is my Northern Soul Sisters one. Day 13 is right at the top again. What is going on? Day 13. This is a flamingo. It is! How did I know that? I could just tell as soon as I felt it. Look at that. That's the cutest thing. It's a little flamingo. Oh, that's just gorgeous. With a little crown on, look. And fairy lights, that's going on my Christmas tree. It's absolutely gorgeous. Thank you, ladies. Love that so much. Okay, I'm going to go finish reading the news, finish my coffee, and then head off to work. And I will see you later on this evening. just like that. And I've got changed. It is so cold. Excuse the hair. I've had it tied up all day, so I've had it back in like a little clip and sort of pinned up, so it's doing this weird kind of stuff. But anyway, I've had a good day at work. I don't feel too bad considering how tired I felt this morning after such a poor night's sleep. I don't feel too bad. So I'm on my own at the moment. It's just me and Piper and Pluto, who have had to kick off my chair again. He seems to love this chair, but yes, he's had to be relocated to somewhere else quite comfy. Anyway, Isaac is out at the minute. He has gone to a job interview at KFC. And I am praying he gets it. He really needs it, to be honest, just to give him a bit more independence. It's keeping everything crossed. So I hope his interview goes really well. Please pray for him, please. It's a new KFC that's opening. I mean, as if we need more, but, you know, it provides employment opportunities for young people, doesn't it? So that's what's important. Opening up about 5 or 6 miles away from us, and it's on a bus route, which is perfect until he's passed his driving test. So I am just really hoping that he gets a position, but we will see how it goes. So I've got home from work and I have been thinking a lot about what I'm going to make. I know I mentioned about the Raj, and I'll show you the fabric I've chosen for that in a second. I have pulled out my Sew House 7 toaster sweater because we were chatting about this yesterday. And I think I'm going to make this version. So I'll show you the line drawings. You've got 2 versions. You've got one with sort of like a round neck, roll neck. It's not quite a roll neck, is it? But a raised neck, whatever you want to call it, with like cuffs and a hemband. And then you've got this version, which is, this is the one that I really like, and this is the one that I've made before, and it's got like a split hem, but I want to sort of combine the two. So I think I'm going to do this version with this neckline, but with a hemband at the bottom, but no cuffs, I think. Or I might just make it without a hemband at all. I don't know yet. We'll see how we go. Need to just think about that, but that's going to be, I think, for, is it the cuddle fleece that I said I was going to use that for? I'm not quite sure. And then the brindle and twig, I mentioned this one. I was put onto this by Tamlin actually, and I've just printed the pattern off. It's the vintage sweatshirt. So yeah, this is the one I'm going to make for Layla, and I've just been looking at sizes because, as I mentioned before, fortunately I did measure Layla when she was here at the end of November, and she just spans so many different sizes. So she is, let me get my little post-it note with her measurements on. So chest wise, I mean, bearing in mind she's nearly 21 months old, chest wise she comes out at between a 9 to 12 months and a 12 to 18 months. She's just in between both. But the finished measurement, she would fit the 9 to 12. So I think I'd go with that. I know in ready to wear, my daughter's told me that she is just going into 12 to 18 months and she's coming up to 2 years old. So that sort of shows you how petite she is. So I think I'd go with a 9 to 12. In fact, I'm going to like make a little note of this now. 9 to 12 chest. Waist, I don't think is important, but she's coming out at a 3 to 6 month waist. Which I'm not going to grade down because that's just ridiculous. I think I'll stick with the 9 to 12 month. And then height wise, I'm just looking at this. I haven't done her full height actually. I did her nape to knee, which was 20 inches. So yeah, she probably still is going to be 9 to 12 to be fair. The finished measurements of the 9 to 12 are, I mean, sleeve, it gives you sleeve, shoulder to the bottom of cuff. Now, I measured her arm length, and her arm length is 10 inches. And that comes out, the 9 to 12, the finished is 10.5. So I think I'm going to go with that. Because this is supposed to be vintage sort of sizing. So it's like a little bit oversized. So yeah, I think I'm going to go with that, the 9 to 12 for her. I think that's going to fit her okay. And then, you know, I was chatting about the sequin fabric and about the style of dress that I wanted, just something sort of fairly wide-necked, slightly skimming, A-line, sort of, a little bit short. And during one of my many moments of being awake last night, I had a bit of a brainwave. Does anybody remember the Cocoa Dress by Tilly? That was, it's one of her very early patterns, and it was, I think, the first indie pattern that I made, and I'd not been sewing very long, and I didn't realise, I mean, this is going to be all my beginner secrets coming out now. I didn't realise that you needed to alter patterns at all. I sort of expected, as I think a lot of beginners do, that it was just going to fit me out of the packet. So I made this Cocoa Dress. I did not measure myself because I didn't want to measure myself. I just went by my ready-to-wear size and hoped for the best. And what I did was I ignored the seam allowances as well. So even though the seam allowances are 5/8 of an inch, I thought, no, I'll just make it, I'll go by what I think my ready-to-wear size is, and then I will just take a little bit off the seam allowances to make, you know, to give me a little bit of extra room and hope for the best. And it did fit me, but I didn't alter the length of it. And Tilly's patterns, I think, are drafted for quite a short woman, around 5'4", 5'5", and obviously I'm 5'10". So it was very short, as you can probably imagine, very, very short. And yeah, I was dead proud of that make though. But anyway, I was thinking about this last night and I thought the Cocoa pattern is the design that I want. That is the design that I want. So I am going to remake it, which is going to be really awesome because I haven't made it for years, and I don't think I think I made 2 of them back in the day when I was a beginner sewer, and I haven't made it since. And I am going to make a sequined Cocoa Dress. So watch this space. I'm going to have to reprint the pattern because I don't think I've still got the PDF now, and it probably won't even be the right size or anything. I need to relook at the measurements because now, with years under my belt, so to speak, I will go by my body measurements because I know what they are, and I will lengthen the dress because although I do want it short, I want it above knee. I don't want it sort of just below my knicker line, if that makes sense. So I think we will adjust the pattern this time. But yeah, anyway. Moving on, we'll talk about the Raj dress again. I know lots of you loved how that looked. I've just been reading through everybody's comments since I came home from work, and I want to remake that probably this weekend, I think. So I have pulled this out of my stash, and it's been in there ages, and it is Lady McElroy Cobra Corsage. This is the linen chambray, and I think it's going to be amazing in this for this time of year with boots. It's just going to look gorgeous. So I've got, this is in the burgundy colourway, and I've got a big piece of this. I'm not sure how much I have, probably about 4 or 5 meters, and I'm not going to need all that. But I think when I've used this stuff before, as in the actual design, and I know people have a love-hate relationship with Cobra Corsage. Some people love it, some people hate it. When they first brought it out as a design, I did not like it at all, and it was the lovely Shan, Kittenish Behaviour, who got me onto it. She's made so many different dresses in this fabric, different colourways, different base cloths, etc., and always looks amazing in them. And I made the first one I made in it, actually the first dress I made, I think I thought it was non-directional, and I think it is directional, I'm pretty sure, because yeah, I think the butterflies, there are butterflies on it. If we look this side, oh, there might even be moths, so you can see, look, they're upside down there. So I think I just need to look at that, put it out on my cutting table and see if it is directional. But I've got plenty to go at here, so I can yeah, cut that out, and I think it's going to look really good in this, because with this being quite weighty, it's going to be nice for this time of year. And lengthwise, I was happy with the length of the one that I made. I just, as I say, I just need to alter the waist. I need a good 2.5 inches adding onto that bodice, so I'm going to do that. And then yeah, I'm going to get the vintage sweatshirt cut out, the Cocoa cut out. That's going to be, I'm really excited about making the Cocoa again, because it was everywhere. Yeah, it's so nostalgic because it was everywhere. Everybody made it in loads of different, you know, fabrics. It's designed for obviously stretch fabrics, and but a good sort of stable stretch fabric. And yeah, everybody made it back in the day, didn't they? And yeah, there were some incredible versions, but you don't see many people make it anymore. But I think in the sequin, it's going to be exactly what I'm looking for. A couple of people mentioned a couple of tessuti. Well, there was a tessuti pattern that was very similar, and I looked at it. I can't remember the name of it now. It began with B. Was it Benny or something? I can't remember. But anyway, there are two very similar. There's the Frankie, I think, which is for stretch fabrics, and then this other one that begins with B, which is for woven fabrics. And obviously this is sequin, but it is a stretch. But I think it would work with a woven pattern as well. And they're both very similar, but they're very wide. So I would have to do some adjustment of that, because they're designed to sort of really flow out and be quite floaty. And I didn't want anything really floaty in the skirt department. I wanted it to be quite, not fitted, because I want it A-line, but I don't want lots and lots of volume there. So I think the cocoa fits the bill, if I'm perfectly honest. Although from what I remember, it does sort of kick out a fair bit, because it's a very 60s vibe. And the 60s vibe is sort of what I'm going for, but I don't want it quite that wide, but I don't want it pencil sort of shape either. So yeah, we'll get it cut out and see, because I can always bring the sides in a little bit. But I'm excited to make the cocoa again. That's going to be mad. Right, I'm going to do a bit of tinkering with these patterns anyway, and yeah, I'll come back to you in a bit. Okay.
All right.
It's
that time.
We are here again.
We're here again.
Friday evening.
What time is it?
It says
Friday the 13th.
He says, get on with it, Dad.
Come on.
Get on with it.
And what do? Sit. And what's first? Goodbye. Can I have the other one? Thank you. Right. Gently. Gently. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Piper.
He is. Right, it's my turn.
It is.
For day 13. When we move all the other calendars.
I know. It's not been a bad day, actually, to say it's Friday the 13th.
Only if you're superstitious.
Superstitious.
Superstitious. And I'm not. And I think it's a can of beer.
Do you?
Yeah.
What gives you that impression?
The fact that it looks like a can of beer. Oh, look, it's all. And we've got plain sauce session pale ale.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
And it's quite cool.
Is it?
I'm not drinking warm beer.
Quite cool.
Quite cool. Much like me.
Get on with it.
I am doing.
You have to think about that for a moment.
Would you like to try?
Okay, I will.
Wait for the face. Go on. Chug, chug.
No, I like that.
Oh, you like that?
I do, yeah, I do. Right, so good news. Isaac got the job, which is just awesome. So he starts at KFC soon. I'm sure he'll eat all his wages in the produce that they produce. But hey ho, he's at least got a job now, which is wonderful. I have traced off the what have I traced off? I can't even find it. Where is it? I'm gonna have to look for it. Brindle and Twig. I have traced off the age 9 to 12 months vintage sweatshirt from the printed out PDF. I've done that. I have cut out my Cobra corsage in the Raj. I have remembered to alter the bodice first, so that is altered. So this one will hit me on the waist, fingers crossed. And I've also printed out the cocoa pattern, and I have lengthened it as well. I've done the 4 sleeve upper bodice and graded to a 5 hip. So that's it. I am going to end the vlog here for today. I hope you've enjoyed day 5. I'm sorry it's been a bit boring today, guys, but another work day. Looking forward to a weekend off. So I will see you tomorrow.